Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. Today I would like to talk about 10 things that I would like to see changed in Evil Dead the game. This can vary between minor changes or even big changes, and they're in no particular order. So I'll just start off with my number 10. And my number 10 for a thing I think that needs to be changed in the game is general location for map pieces and even the dark ones. And I'll show you why I think this needs to be changed. So first, let's take a look at the map. And let's say the first map piece is at Fire Tower. And then from there, after you got the first map piece, you have to go to Radiator Tower. And then from there, you probably have to go to Misty Groves. So within you finding the 3 map pieces, you only have to go a very short way as a survivor to get all 3 map pieces to progress the game to either find the dagger or find the lost pages of the Necronomicon. Before then finding the dark ones, which have like pre-made spots, and there are only 4 general locations that could be on each map. I feel like you have to explore the map a bit more. So also the demon has somewhat of a chance to actually catch up and, do something before you progress the game too much. So I feel like this would be a nice change in general, also just for exploration, but also extending the gameplay to not be very short and also having maybe a bit more length to it. And then there's my number 9. I feel like we need to nerf Ed's ability a little bit again with his passive chest ability. I feel like every time we're in a game now and we see an Ed, his chest rarity spawns is exceptionally oppressive all the time. I never really find any common chests. I mainly find blue rarity and above that. And they progresses the game and gives survivors a lot of options early on when the demon is really weak technically. I feel like this could be tweaked a little bit so it's not as oppressive as it is, because right now it feels very oppressive going up against an Ed because they're gonna get a lot of good chest spawns in that short period of time. And on my number 8 spot, this is a little bit minor one, but it's a thing I feel like should be changed because it's kind of annoying, at least for a survivor, but could also be annoying for a demon. And that's the flashlight brightness to other players. When you're turning on your flashlight, it's not that bright when you look at it in front of you, but as soon as you turn the camera and then look into the flashlight, especially when you're up against another survivor that has a flashlight turned on, it gets so bright it's actually really hard to see what's in front of you. Even for a demon, this happens too. So a lot of the scenario when you're maybe protecting the dagger and you're wanting to start a fight with the survivors, a lot of the time they have their flashlight turned on and it's actually really hard to see where they're going or just see what they're doing. So just nerf the brightness a tad bit so it makes it a little bit more enjoyable as you can actually see stuff, because it feels like you're getting blinded every time you watch it. And then number 7 on my list is tagging items. Tagging items in this game has been really annoying since launch. The thing is with it is that when you tag an item, there's like a short cooldown for you to tag another item again. So in this instance, I tag an item here, but then I have to wait for a long time to tag the other item. For me, personally, this could be a bit annoying because sometimes I usually tag the wrong thing because I want to help my team, obviously. But that item that I wanted to tag, I couldn't tag. So I have to wait there. So I would like to see that get changed so there's no cooldown to it. And number 6 on my list is Henry's ability compared to Hash's Q ability. So with Henry's Q ability, he has invisibility frames for 7 seconds. And then after that 7 seconds, it goes on a cooldown for 60 seconds. If we compare this to Hunter Ash, which when he uses Q ability, he can depossess a basic unit. So this is mainly just for, as the meta is right now, basic unit spam. But why is it that a character that can kind of counter a little bit at basic unit spam with giving him a very long cooldown to a guy that has invisibility frames and can literally, I would say 9 out of 10 times using ability and get free reses without really you can do that much as a demon player? That feels, for me personally, when I've been playing Demon, it feels really cheap that every time you get it down and it's very deserved, Henry just runs out of nowhere, presses Q ability, and goes starts resing. Because most of the time you're in a unit already, or if you're lucky, you're in boss and then you can grab him. But I don't feel like that should be the counter for someone pressing in a Q ability to then start getting free reses compared to someone that can get away with a basic possession that has a 90-second cooldown, and Henry's only have 60, but then you get punished with a 90-second cooldown for getting away with something that's really meta at the moment, which is basic unit possession. And number 5 on my list is basic unit possession rush. And I'll say fix question mark, because devs did talk about it, this dev stream, that they are increasing the cost or something that's going to make early game possession not as oppressive and not as frequent as it is right now, at least in the early game.
One of the top pieces of feedback was demon possession, so we have some changes there. We adjusted the cost of possession to make it weaker in the beginning of a match to help resolve some of the issues that we've been seeing there. That'll go out in this patch tomorrow, along with the Army of Darkness updates. So we hope that eases some of the issues and feedback that you all have been feeling there.
And hopefully this will, fix this issue. But then on my number 4 spot, I have something that I wanted to see get buffed on Demoncide, and that's elite units. For me, elite units do not get used enough. I feel like it's such a shame that everyone is playing basic unit possession builds, and I understand why, because it works. But elite units just seems to not be oppressive enough to be there and fight survivors that frequently. And it actually kind of really sucks, because elite units are really interesting in this game, but they just feel very slow, and it's really easy to tell when they're doing an attack string, so you can easily dodge a survivor. I don't know how to really buff them, but I'm pretty sure Saber could use their imagination better than I could to make some slight adjustments to elite units to make them a tad bit better, so you don't have to rely only on your basic units in the game. And number 3 on my list is the solo queue experience is really bad, so maybe we need a light MMR matchmaking in the game. For me, I don't really play solo queue because I know it's bad. I mainly play with my viewers when I'm on Twitch, but it would be nice, at least for new players, to have like coming up against people on their same level as their character level, kinda. I don't know how it could be implemented into the game, but I feel like it would be a really good change for at least new players so they have a chance to learn the game. Instead they come up against really experienced demons, or even the other way around, a new demon come up against really experienced survivors, just to make the game a little bit more fair and balanced for everyone, especially new players, because solo queue in this game are really, really rough. And the second one on my list is cars and windows. From my point of view and my experience so far, cars, either something to do with their damage to cars or reducing the amount of cars that is on the map is kind of needed for the game. I'll say the same with windows, because a lot of windows are kind of like god spots for survivors. If they wanted to stay there the entire game, they could technically do it without you really getting punished as a survivor, because a lot of the windows are that strong that you can't do much as a demon. But then again, also with cars, I feel like there's so many cars that there's not a lot you can do as a demon either. Like, for example, in this scenario I have here where I was playing Ed, I was already driving a car, and I came by probably a house or 2 or 3 in the same vicinity, and all of those houses had 1 car each. So in that tiny little area, there's already 4 cars. And number 1 on my list, this is a big one though, it's Kelly fix and general minor exploits in the game like puke canceling and evil ass resurrection bug. And there's plenty more to cover there. Like, there is a lot more than just those 3 I just mentioned there. There are so many minor bugs slash exploits slash cheese things you can do in the game. Also like parking the car next to the book and something like that. Even though that requires some technique and some coordination to do that. But there's a lot of cheese things in this game that really needs to be fixed, because sometimes it feels like everyone is just cheesing to win instead of playing well and actually outplaying the other side, whatever side you're on. And I feel like that would be more healthy for the game. It would make players happy and it would make me happy. And I feel like players want to interact with each other, but let's get rid of all the cheesy stuff and all the smaller exploits and focus on getting a more healthy game where everyone should be able to play the game and enjoy the time without feeling like someone is cheating or someone is exploiting and kind of ruining the gaming experience for them. So these are just like 10 of my thoughts that I would like to see changed. So thank you for watching, and peace out, everyone. Goodbye.